For the past few days, your person has been carrying a heavy secret in their heart, hiding their true feelings from you. When you asked them directly about what they felt, they denied or downplayed the depth of their emotions, not because they did not care, but because they were overwhelmed by fear, insecurity, and the weight of their own past experiences. From day one, however, they knew there was something extraordinary about the connection you shared. It wasn't casual or ordinary, it was something their soul immediately recognized. They felt drawn to you in a way that defied logic, as though an invisible thread was tying them to your energy. This connection has always been more than physical attraction, it has been a spiritual bond that left them both vulnerable and transformed. Your energy has captivated them from the very beginning. It is as though they became addicted to the warmth, comfort, and light that you bring into their life. The intimate and sensual energy between you both has not only deepened the bond but has also helped them heal wounds they once thought would never close. With you, they have found release, comfort, and a safe space to experience emotions they never dared to face. You have been a source of healing and hope, a mirror that reflected both their hidden pain and their potential for growth. Because of this, they often think of you as Lady Luck, someone whose very presence has brought abundance into their life, not just material abundance, but emotional richness, spiritual maturity, and personal growth that they deeply needed. They recognize this, they accept this, and now they long to confess just how much of an impact you have had on their soul. Even as they kept their true feelings hidden, their heart has been silently speaking. They have been praying, asking the divine for guidance, searching for a way to find their way back to you. Their love for you is immense, but it has been cloaked in hesitation. They dream of confessing their truth, of laying down the walls they built out of fear. Every moment without you has reminded them of what they stand to lose, and the memories of your time together haunt them in the quiet hours of the night. They feel broken without you, as if the most precious treasure in their life has slipped through their fingers. To them, you are irreplaceable, the one who loved them purely, without demands, conditions, or expectations. Losing that kind of love feels unbearable. Still, fear lingers in their heart. They worry that too much time has passed or that the pain caused by their silence has changed your perspective. The thought that you might move on, that you might give your love to someone else, is more than they can endure. They feel they cannot handle the pain of watching you choose another. This fear, however, is beginning to push them toward honesty. They are standing on the verge of confession, ready to reveal what they once hid. They know the truth may shock you, and perhaps even hurt you, but they hope you will understand why they hid it. They hope you will see that their silence was born from fear, not from a lack of love. Your person wants to tell you everything, the depth of their feelings, the pull they have felt since the very beginning, the way your presence has shaped them into someone wiser, more open, and more capable of love. They want you to know that every moment they denied their feelings was a battle within themselves, not a reflection of their heart's truth. In truth, they have always loved you, always cherished you, and always longed for you. But insecurity and past trauma clouded their courage. They ask, from the deepest part of their heart, for your forgiveness, for not speaking sooner, for letting fear silence them, and for risking the connection that means more to them than anything else. They are preparing themselves to bare their soul, even if it means facing rejection, because the weight of silence has become too much to carry. Their love for you is too strong to remain hidden. The bond you share is too rare to ignore. And the hope of being with you, of rebuilding and moving forward together, is worth the risk. As they stand on the edge of this confession, they want you to understand just how much you mean to them. You are their safe haven, their blessing, their guiding light. They believe you were sent into their life for a reason, perhaps to awaken them, perhaps to heal them, but also to love them in a way they had never been loved before. Your presence has been a turning point in their journey, and without you, they feel lost. They want nothing more than to honor this connection, to nurture it, and to show you that their love is real, deep, and unwavering. So if their truth leaves you surprised, or even hurt, they ask you to look beyond the fear that once held them back. They ask you to see the sincerity in their heart, the transformation you inspired in their soul, and the unwavering love they carry for you. They hope that, despite the silence, despite the hesitation, you will give them a chance to show you the depth of their devotion. Because to them, losing you is the greatest pain they could ever endure, and loving you is the truest joy they have ever known. Lately, I have been feeling a profound connection with my inner feminine energy, and it has brought me a sense of serenity, balance, and grounding that I had long been searching for. This connection has softened my spirit, allowing me to open my heart in ways I never thought possible. The calmness I now carry feels like a gentle embrace, a reminder that I am safe within myself. From this place of inner harmony, I feel a love that is so pure and expansive. It is not just for myself but also for you. This love is not possessive, not based on fear, but rather a radiant and natural expression of who I am becoming. It flows effortlessly, and I know this shift is happening because of the way you, too, have been connecting with your inner masculine energy. The balance you show between spirituality and physicality, between the seen and the unseen, has been nothing short of inspiring. It reflects in the way you carry yourself, the choices you make, and the energy you radiate. Watching you embody this harmony has been a mirror for me, guiding me to dive deeper into my own healing. As I've embraced self-love, I have also come to recognize how much I had been unknowingly blocking my heart chakra. For so long, I let my ego control me, driven by fears I didn't want to admit. The fear of abandonment, of being left out in the cold, had always lingered in my subconscious. This fear made me feel insecure, and rather than admitting that vulnerability, I often masked it with arrogance or defensiveness. It was as if my true self was hidden behind walls I built to protect myself, yet those very walls were the reason I couldn't fully experience love or connection. Now I see that this was never the real me, it was simply a wounded part of myself trying to shield my heart. Realizing this has been liberating, and with that liberation comes the understanding that true love is not about control or fear of loss. True love reveals itself when we choose to focus on what we already have, rather than on what we fear we may lose. When we cultivate gratitude for the blessings that surround us, our hearts naturally expand, and happiness becomes effortless. I have discovered that joy comes not from chasing after what is missing, but from fully appreciating what is already here, right now. On the other hand, when we obsess over lack, or when we cling to fears of losing something precious, we rob ourselves of the beauty that life offers in each moment. This simple yet profound shift has changed the way I see the world. It has made me realize that love is not something to be grasped tightly, but something to be lived, breathed, and shared freely. For this lesson, I have you to thank. Your presence has been a teacher in my life, showing me how to live with more mindfulness and joy. You have reminded me to cherish the present moment without being weighed down by worry or anxiety about the future. Seeing you grow, watching the way you embrace life with courage and openness, has been like witnessing a flower bloom under the sun. Your example has encouraged me to do the same, to step into my own growth with gentleness and determination. You have become an inspiration to me, not by trying to teach, but simply by being yourself, fully alive and present. Because of this inspiration, I find myself making meaningful changes in my life. Just like you, I am learning to establish healthier daily routines. I give myself time for meditation, allowing stillness to cleanse and renew me. I pay more attention to the foods I eat, choosing nourishment that aligns with my body's needs rather than indulging in what only satisfies me temporarily. I have also stopped overworking myself, something I once wore as a badge of honor, but now I see as an unnecessary burden. I no longer believe that my worth is tied to productivity or exhaustion. Instead, I want to live with intention, savoring the richness of life in its many forms. These changes are not small, they are reshaping how I view existence itself. Life is no longer a checklist of material accomplishments or physical possessions. Of course, those things have their place, but they are not the essence of happiness. What truly matters are the experiences that touch the heart, the connections that nurture the soul, and the presence we bring to each unfolding moment. I want to feel alive in the little things, the warmth of the sun on my skin, the laughter shared with loved ones, the peace of breathing deeply without rushing anywhere. This is the kind of life I now strive to live, a life that honors both the physical and the spiritual, both action and rest, both giving and receiving. And so, my heart overflows with gratitude. I am immensely grateful for you, for the role you've played in awakening these realizations within me, for the way your energy has influenced my growth, and for the quiet yet powerful inspiration you provide. Gratitude has become my compass, guiding me to see not only the blessings in front of me but also the beauty in challenges, the lessons in pain, and the strength in vulnerability. You have helped me remember that life is not meant to be endured but to be cherished, and for that, I will always hold you in the highest regard. In this journey of self-discovery and love, I stand in awe of how far we both have come. You are a reflection of strength and balance, and I am learning to reflect love and openness. Together, these energies intertwine, creating something sacred, something that uplifts not only ourselves but also the space around us. And as I continue to walk this path, I do so with a heart that is no longer afraid, a spirit that is no longer restless, and a love that feels boundless. Your partner is carrying a tremendous amount of emotional pain, weighed down by the deep regret of not making better choices in the past. Their heart is heavy because they know that the path they chose has cost them something incredibly valuable, you. They often replay the moments where they should have acted differently, where they should have chosen love, honesty, and consistency instead of fear and avoidance. It troubles them more than they ever thought possible, and that regret has now grown into a constant ache inside of them. They know they cannot undo what has already been done, but the burden of disappointment, both in themselves and in how they let you down, haunts them every single day. One of the biggest sources of pain for them is knowing how deeply they broke your trust. For you, trust was the foundation, the unspoken promise that allowed your connection to feel safe and meaningful. Yet they shattered that promise when they disappeared, leaving you in confusion and silence. They never offered you an explanation, never gave you a clear reason why they walked away or turned their back on you. That choice cut deep, because it left you with questions that had no answers, with wounds that could only be healed through your own inner strength. Looking back now, your partner recognizes how much that moment damaged your bond, and it fills them with remorse. They see how much pain they caused by walking away without care for what you might feel, and they wish they could take back the coldness and avoidance they showed then. What troubles them the most is how blind they were to your value at the time. They underestimated the impact of losing you, believing that maybe time or distance would make things easier. But the opposite has happened. They never expected to miss you this much. The longing they feel now is unlike anything they've experienced before. It lingers with them in quiet moments and rushes over them when they least expect it. Even the smallest memories of you spark emotions they cannot suppress. Your absence has become a constant reminder of what they once had but lost because of fear, pride, or hesitation. And while they regret their actions, what they regret most is the way they chose to communicate, or rather, how they failed to communicate at all. The silence they gave you has now become their loudest source of regret. Meanwhile, you have changed. From their perspective, you no longer carry the restless energy of waiting, hoping, or searching for answers. You no longer obsess over what they are doing or even check their social media to keep tabs on them. Instead, your energy has transformed into something calm, serene, and confident. You seem lighter, freer, and more at peace than ever before. Whether you recognize it or not, the work you've put into healing yourself has created a shift that others can feel. Your aura radiates a kind of purity and vibrance that cannot be ignored. You stand in your own strength now, no longer defined by the pain they caused you, but by the resilience and self-love you cultivated in its place. Ironically, this shift in you is what now pulls at them the most. They are drawn to you more strongly than before, but not just out of longing, out of admiration. They see the transformation in you, the beauty in your calmness, and the strength in your detachment. It makes them realize what they lost when they let go, and how much they underestimated your worth when they walked away. Your growth has triggered something inside of them. It makes them want to rush back, to close the distance, and to finally speak words they never had the courage to share before. In their heart, there is something important they want to confess. They are considering telling you things they have never told anyone else, secrets from their past that have always weighed heavily on them. These hidden experiences may explain why they hesitated in the past, why they couldn't move forward with you even when the connection felt undeniable. For so long, these shadows of the past held them back from offering you the commitment you deserved. But now, seeing the person you've become and recognizing how much they truly miss you, they feel the urge to finally open up. This time, their intentions seem different. It's not just about easing their own guilt or longing, it's about being vulnerable in a way they've never been before. They know that words alone cannot erase the pain they caused, but they hope that honesty might open a door that has long been closed. They want to show you a side of themselves you have never fully seen, and through that openness, they hope to offer you something real, a genuine form of commitment that was missing in the past. Still, they are uncertain. They know you no longer wait for them the way you once did. They know your energy is no longer tied to their presence. And that realization both terrifies and motivates them. On one hand, it pushes them to act before it's too late. On the other, it makes them fear that even if they bare their soul and offer you everything they once withheld, you may choose not to accept it. But deep inside, their heart knows that they cannot continue to live in silence, carrying the weight of regret without at least trying to make things right. Your partner is at a crossroads, standing between the haunting memories of their past mistakes and the possibility of redemption through honesty and commitment. Whether or not you accept them back, they know that speaking their truth is the only way forward. And so, they hold on to the hope that perhaps, just perhaps, you will see not only their regret but also their sincerity, and allow them one more chance to prove that they have finally learned the value of what they once lost.